Hello students, I welcome you all to today's session. I hope all of you are doing perfect at your places. Today's topic is water and its importance. Learning objectives, water consumption, sources of water, water cycle, excess rainfall, scarcity of water, water conservation and rainwater harvesting. In our day-to-day life, we use water in bathing, washing, cooking, drinking, etc. Water is a vital body fluid which regulates life processes such as digestion of food, transportation of nutrients and excretion of body wastes, etc. It is also needed by plants for the germination of seeds and in the process of photosynthesis. So डे टू डे लाइफ में भी पानी की भी जितनी ज़्यादा ज़रूरत एयर की है, इक्वली ज़रूरत आपको वाटर की भी होती है फॉर ग्रोइंग प्लांट्स एंड फॉर योर डे टू डे एक्टिविटीज़ एज वेल. Now, water consumption. We need water for most of our daily needs. Activity. List all the activities for which you use water and approximate amount of water you use in a day for each activity. A few activities are given. You may add more activities to the list. तो यहाँ पर आपकी अलग-अलग activities हैं. For example, drinking, bathing, day-to-day needs हैं जिसमें आपको water की ज़रूरत होती है. किस में कितना amount of water approximately required होता है. You can refer the internet as well and just write it down. Now, the consumption of water for daily activities depends on the location of a place, weather conditions and other factors. It is estimated that per person consumption of water in a village in our country is about 12 liters per day, while the per person consumption in a city is between 50 to 2000 liters per day. A person needs about 2.5 liters of water per day for drinking. Plants also need water to grow. For a cabbage seed to grow into a cabbage, about 25 liters of water is required. Similarly, water growing 1 kg of wheat, about 1500 liters of water is required, and 1 kg of rice requires more, about 4500 liters of water. तो अलग-अलग crops को grow करने के लिए भी you need different amounts of water. Industries also use water to produce everything from paints and fabrics to leather and chemicals. Thus, water is needed not only for our daily activities but also fulfilling our other needs. Now, there is a factopedia. Rain is the source of underground water which is available to us from wells or springs. तो underground water जो होता है वो आपको wells और springs से मिल जाता है. Now, sources of water. Rivers, ponds, springs, wells and hand pumps are different sources of water. At our home, we get water from taps, which is also drawn from a river or a lake or a well. Thus, ponds, lakes, rivers and wells are the main sources of drinking water. These are called surface sources of water, and we also get water from sources like wells and springs. These are the underground sources of water. The oceans and seas cover more than 2/3 the surface of the earth. Sea and ocean water contains large amount of various salts. Due to these salts, the sea or ocean water cannot be used for drinking, washing clothes and for irrigation purposes. But still, oceans play an important role to provide us drinking water. The water present in the oceans evaporates by sun's heat and condenses to form clouds and brings rain to us. The continuous circulation of water in the nature is called the water cycle. तो आपको underground water, springs, wells से मिल जाता है. Apart from that, about 2/3 of the earth's surface is covered with water, जिसमें seas और oceans का majority part होता है. And आपका rain वगैरह होता रहता है, evaporation होता रहता है. इस form में आपका water level earth पे maintained रहता है, which is termed as water cycle. Let's see what exactly is water cycle. Number 1 is evaporation. Water absorbs heat from the surroundings and gets converted into vapor. The water vaporizes or vapor escapes into the atmosphere. For example, water spilled on the floor disappears after some time and wet clothes dry after some time. Similarly, water from oceans, rivers, ponds, lakes and other water bodies evaporates and goes into the air. However, the salts dissolved in water are left behind. Water also evaporates from the fields, roads and other land surfaces. The process in which a liquid changes into its vapor is called evaporation. During evaporation, water absorbs heat from the surroundings or from any other body in contact with it. For example, during the drying of clothes in the sun, the water in the clothes absorb heat energy for the sunlight. The rate of evaporation of water depends on the following factors. Before moving ahead, evaporation का मतलब होता है जो water body से ही आपका बहुत ज़्यादा heat की वजह से जब water vaporize करने लग जाते हैं, then they precipitate, which is again the entire thing of the water cycle. कौन सी चीज़ों में आपका या कौन से factors आपके evaporation में aid करते हैं? Let's see that. Number 1 is temperature. The rate of evaporation increases with the rise in temperature. That is why evaporation is faster on a hot summer day than in winter or on a cloudy day. Then wind speed, when wet clothes are spread, the air near the area gets saturated with water vapor. As a result, evaporation from the clothes becomes slower. With an increase in the speed of wind, the moist air is replaced by air wind, and this results in faster evaporation and hence faster drying. Then surface area. The rate of evaporation increases when it is spread over a larger area. That is why water taken in a plate evaporates faster than when taken in a cup, and the spread out clothes dry faster due to faster evaporation of water from the surface of the clothes. अब टेम्परेचर जितना ज़्यादा टेम्परेचर होगा उतना ज़्यादा अच्छे से इवेपोरेशन होगा. विंड स्पीड जितना तेज़ हवा चलेगी उतना अच्छे से इवेपोरेशन होगा. एंड देन सर्फेस एरिया, लार्जर सर्फेस एरिया होता है उसमें आपका इवेपोरेशन ज़्यादा अच्छे से होता है. प्लेट में आप पानी रखोगे ज़्यादा जल्दी इवेपोरेट होगा एज कम्पेयर टू द वाटर विच इज केप्ट इन अ cup. Then transpiration, plants also need water to grow. A part of water absorbed by plants is used to prepare their food. Some water is retained by them in their different parts. The excess water is released or lost by plants through their leaves into the air. The loss of water in vapor form from the leaves of the plants into the atmosphere is called as ट्रांसपिरेशन. तो आपका वाटर्स भी कभी कभी आप सुबह उठोगे तो आपको प्लांट्स के ऊपर हल्की टाइनी ड्रॉपलेट्स दिखाई देंगी. दिस इज वाटर लॉस ऑफ द प्लांट्स बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ ट्रांसपिरेशन. Now transpiration is affected by the following factors. Again, temperature is fast. Transpiration is faster at higher temperature, thus transpiration is faster on a hot day. Humidity, the rate of transpiration is higher on a dry day than on the wet or humid day. Wind, transpiration rate increases with an increased wind flow. Time of the day, transpiration rate is faster during day than night. Thus water vapor mixes in the air through evaporation and transpiration. अब जितना ज़्यादा गर्मी होगी उतना ज़्यादा जल्दी आपका evaporation होगा. ह्यूमिडिटी आपकी ड्राई डेज में ज़्यादा, यानी कि अगर आपका ड्राई डे होगा तो आपका ज़्यादा अच्छे से evaporation होगा एज कम्पेयर टू अ वेट और अ ह्यूमिड डे. एंड देन विंड अगेन आपकी तेज होनी चाहिए और दिन का टाइम होगा तो मैक्सिमम टाइम्स आपका ज़्यादा अच्छे से evaporation तभी होता है. Factopedia, a typical tree loses about 400 liters of water per day through transpiration. तो on an average एक ट्री जो होता है डेली बेसिस पे 400 लीटर पानी को लॉस कर देता है by the process of transpiration. Then comes condensation. The process of condensation plays an important role in the formation of clouds. As we go higher from the surface of the earth, temperature falls. So as the air moves up, it gets cooler. At certain height, the water vapor present in the air starts condensing and forms small droplets of water. These droplets of water remain floating in the atmosphere. These floating droplets of water in the air appears as clouds. When these droplets come together to form bigger drops of water, they become heavy and fall down as rain. If the temperature falls further, these droplets gets frozen and fall down as hail or snow. अब कंडेंसेशन होता है, इवेपोरेशन हो गया, हायर एनवायरनमेंट में जाता है, वहाँ पे आपका ठंडा होना शुरू कर देता है, वाटर ड्रॉपलेट्स में फॉर्मेशन होने लग जाती है. जैसे ही क्लाउड्स हैवी हो जाते हैं वैसे ही बारिश के फॉर्म में आ जाती है. बहुत ठंडा एनवायरनमेंट होगा, माउंटेनियस रीजन्स होगा तो यही आपका कंडेंस ड्रॉपलेट्स जो होती है वो स्नो या फिर हेल, ओलो के फॉर्म में नीचे आ जाती है. Then precipitation. Most water that falls on the earth in the form of rain falls down to the oceans. However, a part of rainwater percolates down into the soil. This water becomes available to us as groundwater in wells, tube wells, springs, etc. Precipitation यानी कि बारिश वगैरह होती है, अंडरग्राउंड वाटर सीप इन कर जाता है, वेल के फॉर्म में आपको ये पानी मिल जाता है. Snow on the mountains melts to form water. This water in the mountains forms streams and finally rivers. In this river water, after passing through various regions, finally falls into a sea or an ocean. Thus, water obtained from rain, hail or snow goes back to oceans. This continuous circulation of water in nature is called water cycle. तो continuously ये होता रहता है आपका, जैसे water body से evaporation होती है, condensation होती है, precipitation होती है, वही पानी उसी water body में या किसी और water body में earth के surface पे वापस आ जाता है. This is known as water cycle. Now, did you know water in oceans, seas, rivers, lakes and ponds continue to evaporate due to heat of the sun? Plants release water into the air by transpiration. Animals and humans release water vapor into the atmosphere due to breathing, and water vapor rises up in the atmosphere and gets condensed to form clouds. The condensed water then returns to the earth as snow or rain. तो आपका ट्रांसपिरेशन कॉन्स्टेंटली होता रहता है जिसकी वजह से आपका ये कंडेंसेशन, प्रेसिपिटेशन, वाटर साइकिल आपका चलता रहता है, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट वाटर साइकिल इज मेंटेन्ड ऑन द अर्थ. Now the water cycle is important for us because of the following reasons. Water cycle helps in regulating weather on the earth. Water cycle makes water available in various forms on the earth. The most important is the rainwater because it is the main source of water on the earth. Moreover, agricultural production also depends on the rain in many parts of the world. तो आपको अलग-अलग एक्टिविटीज के लिए रेन वाटर की जरूरत तो पड़ती ही है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट बहुत सारे पार्ट्स ऐसे भी हैं कंट्री में और पूरे वर्ल्ड में जहाँ पे एग्रीकल्चर के लिए डायरेक्ट डिपेंडेंस आपका बारिश पे ही होता है. Now, excess rainfall. The time, duration and the amount of rainfall on the earth varies from place to place. In certain parts of the world, it rains almost around the year, whereas there are places where it rains only for a few days. In our country, it rains during summer months, May to September, and during winter months, November to January. Our sowing and crop cycles to a large extent depend on the rain. Quite often we find that certain areas get excess rainfall. Excess or heavy rainfall may cause many problems. तो ज़रूरत से ज़्यादा बारिश भी जब हो जाती है तो वहाँ पर भी आपका एग्रीकल्चर सारा खराब हो जाता है और ज़्यादा बारिश हो गई, बाढ़ वगैरह की सिचुएशन आ गई तो प्रॉपर्टी और लाइफ का भी बहुत डैमेज हो जाता है. Heavy or excessive rain may cause a rise in the level of water in dams, rivers, lakes, etc. At times, such a situation may cause floods. Floods cause extensive damage to crops, property, animal and human life. Crop fields, villages and many low-lying areas get submerged underwater. During floods, many animals living in water get trapped on land and die when the water recedes. Rain floods also affect the smaller animals living in the soil. अब आपका बहुत excessive अगर पानी अगर एक जगह इकट्ठा हो जाएगा, soil भी erode होने लग जाएगा, plants भी grow नहीं करेंगे और flood like situation arise हो गई या flood आ ही गया तो again loss of property and life बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाती है. Then scarcity of water. Water from rivers, lakes, seas or oceans and soil continues to evaporate. This loss of water is made up of the rain. If it does not rain for a long period, the soil may become dry and the water level in rivers, lakes, dams, etc. may fall. Ponds and canals may even dry up and the ground water level falls. The scarcity of water and dryness in the soil may create drought-like conditions. Soil becomes too dry to be plowed for growing crops and useful microbes from soil are killed. Crops may die, fodder may become scarce. Under such conditions, people and animals will not get enough water and food and as a result, many animals may die while people are forced to migrate to other places and plants and trees will not survive. अब scarcity of water हो जाता है यानी कि कुछ ऐसी locations होती हैं जहाँ पे directly आपका जो agriculture या water bodies होती हैं वो rain पे dependent होती हैं. बारिश अगर बहुत टाइम के लिए नहीं होगी वहाँ पर लैंड भी खराब हो जाएगा, ड्राई अप हो जाएगा और वहीं पे पानी की भी कमी देखने को मिल जाती है. Then check yourself in these questions you have to answer on your own. Now water conservation. As we know that about 3/4 of the earth's surface is covered with water, but people in many countries do not get enough drinking water. This is because most water on the earth's surface is not fit for drinking. Thus, there is a need to conserve drinking water. Moreover, increase in population added the demand of water. More population causes more demand for food. Thus, there is a greater demand of water for agricultural purposes. Water pollution has also reduced the availability of usable water. The most important source of usable water is underground water, such as water from well or spring. The underground water is being used more for industrial and agricultural purposes, but the natural processes of recharging the groundwater is affected because of deforestation. As a result, the level of underground water is falling, so there is an acute need of conserving water. Careful economical use and avoiding the wastage of water is called the water conservation. तो आपका जो direct conservation होता है वो किस तरीके से होता है? जो आपका रेन वाटर होता है उसको हार्वेस्ट किया जाता है, फर्दर उसको फिर यूज करा जाता है for different agricultural and industrial uses, and in this way the water is conserved in the world. Now some suggestions to conserve water are given below. We use only the required quantity of water. Do not allow water to drip from the defective taps. Trees and forests help rainfall. So to conserve water, we should plant more and more trees. We should use drip irrigation or spray irrigation system for our crops by collecting rainwater in tanks, ponds or by constructing check dams. By rainwater harvesting, in this method, rainwater from the rooftops is collected in suitable dams or old dried up wells and allowed to penetrate into the soil. Water conservation होता है and there are different ways जिसके तरीके से आप वाटर कंजर्व कर सकते हो. अब रेन आपकी मैक्सिमम वहीं पे ज़्यादा होती है जहाँ पे आपके ट्रीज बहुत सारे होते हैं. सो टू कंजर्व वाटर और टू हैव मोर वाटर और इफ यू डू नॉट वांट टू फेस द स्कैसिटी ऑफ वाटर, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा ट्रीज आपको ग्रो करनी ही चाहिए. Then comes rainwater harvesting. Most of the rainwater wastes as runoff. This water can be used to recharge groundwater or can be stored in tanks for later use by channelizing it. The process of storing rainwater for future use or for recharging groundwater is called rainwater harvesting. For this, the rainwater from the rooftop is collected in a storage tank with the help of pipes. Here it is filtered and then sent into a pit. The water in the pit seeps or percolated slowly into the ground to recharge the groundwater. Another method. The water flowing on the roads, ground and lawns, etc. is collected into ponds or kacha drains. This water is allowed to penetrate or percolate into the ground to recharge the groundwater. Rain water harvesting में भी आपके अलग-अलग टाइप के सिस्टम्स बनाए जाते हैं जहाँ पे बारिश का पानी स्टोर कर दिया जाता है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट आपके लोकल ड्रेनेज सिस्टम्स भी होते हैं या लोकल कच्चा टाइप्स के आपके ड्रेन्स होते हैं जहाँ पे आपका सारा का सारा बारिश का पानी एक जगह पे आके इकट्ठा हो जाता है. फाइनली फिर उसको यूज करा जाता है फॉर डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ पर्पसेस. Now, glimpse of chapter, water cycle, continuous circulation of water in nature through the process of evaporation and condensation. Then comes evaporation, conversion of water into water vapor on heating, transpiration, loss of excess water through leaves of plants, condensation, change of water vapor into water on cooling, precipitation, rain, snow, etc. that falls. Then comes water conservation, wise, a careful and economical use and minimal waste of water, and then rainwater harvesting, collecting rainwater from the rooftop into an underground storage tank. Then we have the summary. Water is very important for animals, plants and for many activities in our life such as agriculture, industry, etc. Various sources of water in nature are oceans, seas, rivers, lakes, ponds, wells and springs. Water from water bodies such as rivers, lakes, seas or oceans, etc. absorbs heat from the surroundings and evaporates, and plants lose water by transpiration. The water vapor in the air when condensed starts to form the fine droplets of water, and the droplets of water floating in the air appear as clouds. The water vapor present in the air returns to the earth as rain, snow, hailstones, etc. The continuous circulation of water in nature is called the water cycle. Water cycle helps in regulating weather on the earth. Heavy rain may cause waterlogging and floods. Floods cause damage to property, crops and animals. If it does not rain for a long period, the soil may become dry and the fodder may become scarce. Due to this, large population of animals and human beings might migrate to other places. Careful, wise and economical use of water and avoiding its wastage is called the conservation of water. Plantation of trees, rainwater harvesting, etc. are some suggestions for the conservation of water. So in this chapter, we have dealt with the entire concept of water, how to conserve it and why is it actually important for all the living beings present on the earth. So with this, we're done with this chapter. Go through the entire chapter once again properly and the exercise questions, please do it yourselves.